bookaholics, and welcome back to another video. Today I am bringing you a summer MBR. I am moving country at the end of June, and therefore I am not going to be able to be posting like monthly TBRs for a good couple months, at the very least June and July, just because it completely depends on how easily we settle the kids, how chaotic our life becomes when it comes to all of the other elements that just come with moving country and new jobs and all of those kinds of things. So at the moment, I am just working with what I am working with. So I'm going to be doing a TBR for those months, and these are just things that I would like to prioritize. They are things that I need for book clubs, etc. And while I'm at it, basically the hope is that I will be able to then just wrap up all of summer at the end of summer. I have been pre-filming, so you won't notice my absence really over summer, and I will still be active in my Discord. So any of the books that I read throughout summer, even though they're not going to feature it in vlogs, which they very rarely do because normally it's too hot here to be able to do so, I will be chatting about them in there if you want my thoughts on these. And then again, I will just do a wrap up at the end of the season. As I said, at the very least July, August and September, these are the books I would like to prioritize. For book clubs, we have two things going on. The first one is that every other month we are reading one of the Saints of Steel series by T. Kingfisher. By the time this TBR comes into effect, I will have read the first two. I will have read one in April and one in June. So the next one would be the August one, which is Paladin's Hope. I think this one is potentially the Achillean one. I know one of them is Achillean. I think it's this one. I'm really excited to get to this. I have loved the first two. I really love T. Kingfisher's writing. She is just such a palatable author. I love that she writes these, what I call gentle fantasies, where there are still stakes, there are still harder topics, there are still potentially even like gory or darker things going on, but it's with this lightness of tone and presented with humor and gentility in a way that I really, really like. And the other thing that we have going on my Discord is that for the months of July, August and September, we are going to be reading through the Wolf King trilogy by Lauren Palfreyman. These are a reread for me. I did read them at the beginning of the year, but the third book is coming out in September. So we are going to be reading one a month until its release. And therefore that means that in July, we're going to be reading the Wolf King. In August, we're going to be reading the Night Prince. And in September, we are going to be reading the Wolf Queen, which I believe is the conclusion to the trilogy. So far, both of these books have gotten 4 stars from me. I had a fantastic time with them. I got a new book boyfriend out of them, which is always fabulous. They are basically werewolf ACOTAR, but going a little bit darker because they are inherently adult as opposed to that YA into adult that Sarah J. Maas did. I had a really good time with them. They are not doing anything new, and there is a lot riding on this last book. If it doesn't go a certain way, I am gonna probably hate this whole series and never think about it again. So you'll be able to see by the end of September whether or not this is a new favorite series or one I will never forgive. Basically. But I'm really hoping that I enjoy them. And again, new book boyfriend. It's always fun to get a new book boyfriend. Talking of Sarah J. Maas, I am hoping that I will be able to get to some of the Sarah J. Maas rereads that I want to get to in time for the new releases. I'm not really pressed because they're not going to come out in paperback for like a year at the least. Normally 2. They take forever to come out in paperback, a Sarah J. Maas book. So I'm not really pressed for it, but if I continue to inch my way along and read through, that's fine. I reread ACOTAR in, was it January or February? I can't remember. I reread all 3 of the main trilogy, and I also read A Court of Frost and Starlight. So I only have one ACOTAR book left. I only have A Court of Silver Flames left. I have started my reread of Throne of Glass, but now my books are packed up, so I have no say on the matter of continuing. So I am going to have to probably restart Throne of Glass and then read through the rest of the series. But again, I've got plenty of time because those paperbacks ain't coming anytime soon. For a new release that I would like to try and get to before I never get to it is I'd like to get to Tales of Deadly Devotion by Jennifer Delaney. I really liked Tales of a Monstrous Heart, and then the way that ended was really shocking, and Mare started it and didn't enjoy the way it was going. So now I'm a bit put off, and I know if I don't pick it up soon, I'll just never read it and it will never go anywhere. Don't get me wrong, you could in a way get away with Tales of a Monstrous Heart being kind of a standalone in a fucked up way. I am excited and hesitant to pick up the sequel in equal measure. I need to get to that, and I need to get to it soon. And I think it comes out in paperback in the summer, so I might be able to pick it up once I've moved. Talking of other books I would like to pick up once I've moved, just because they are series I would like to continue in a similar way as this one, I would like to pick up Doors of Midnight by R.R. Verdi, which is the second book in the Tales of Tremaine series, the first book being the first binding. And I really liked that one. I read it for my Mare vlog, where she recommended some books to me and I really liked them, but as in true Mare fashion, she was really evil and made me start a load of series even though she knows I'm a binge reader. So now naturally I need to go pick up the sequel and see if I'll enjoy that one just as much. And in exactly the same font, exactly the same issue, Mare made me start a series. I really liked it. I want to continue. Is I would also like to pick up A Testimony of Blood by Rog but Payne. This is the second book. I want to pick this one up for exactly the same reason. I really liked the first book. I want to continue the series. I would like to continue to work my way through my fantasy TBR. I have a few on there that I own only digitally, which will help obviously while I'm moving and all my books are packed up. I've got Palom by L.L. McRae. I've got The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin. If you want to know all of my fantasy TBR, I'll leave it linked so you can go check it out. I am just looking forward to trying to get through a few more of those. There are also some books on there that are perfectly interchangeable as well, so I might hopefully be able to find a digital book that would work better. I'm looking forward to continuing working my way through that, so then it doesn't like all pile up at the end of the year and the beginning of next year. I like to like slowly work my way through, and I'm hoping I'll be able to do just that. And the last thing, this is kind of just more general, I will probably be prioritizing audiobooks a lot more than I usually do. I normally read about 2 audiobooks a year. I'm not huge on audiobooks, just every now and then certain time of year gets really busy for me, and the only way I can consume books is audiobooks. They are more, I know a lot of people, they get into audiobooks and then it becomes the only way they read. I'm the opposite. They're a last resort for me. I have no other way of reading right now and I still want to be reading, so I will consume an audiobook. That's more what I am probably going to be getting out of this, to be honest. So while it's not my usual format, I think I will probably be relying on them more than usual. So it might even be like an audiobook a month, which doesn't sound like a lot for a lot of people, but that's a lot for me. I've downloaded a couple that I got on sale. They're ready to go. So whenever the mood strikes, I might just mood read my audiobooks so they have the best chance as well. And hopefully it means that then my reading can still progress even as I'm like unpacking boxes and cleaning flats and all the boring things. Hopefully the audiobooks can get me through it. But there you have it. Those are all of my reading plans for throughout the summer. So some of them are a little bit on the loosey-goosey, just on the maybe I'll do some more fantasy and maybe I'll do some audiobooks. And then some of them are more concrete, like the book clubs where they need to be read for certain months. But let me know if you've read any of these books and your thoughts on them. Let me know what you are planning on reading throughout the summer. What are some of the things that scream summer to you? None of these are particularly summery books, I don't think, but they are just the ones that are calling to me at the moment. Again, it's an MBR. How many of these actually get read? Who knows? The book club ones will get read. That's the only thing I know. But yeah, that is all from me for today. So thank you ever so much for watching, and I will hopefully catch you in another one soon.